Is it getting cold in here? Oh, never mind. It's time to break down the first supervillain to ever face the Silver Age Flash, Captain Cold. So Captain Cold first appeared in Showcase number 8 in 1957. Leonard Snart was the character's name, and he was raised by his father, who was an abusive piece of crap, and he finally got fed up with it, so he set out on his own to begin his own criminal career. He joined up with the team of thieves, but would eventually be stopped by the Flash and put into prison. While in prison, Snart decides it's time to do his own solo career, and he tries to find any way he can to defeat the Flash. He has a theory that he comes up with in prison, and he decides to break into a cyclotron lab to test his theory that a cyclotron could power an experimental gun. Upon completing this experiment, a security guard snuck up on him. He turned to scare the guard with the gun, but accidentally pulled the trigger. After this happened, he realized that the moisture around the guard had frozen. Now guys, before we go any further, Captain's Cold gun does not shoot ice. A lot of people think it shoots ice, but it shoots a temperature of absolute zero. Snart learned that the temperature is determined by atomic movement. The faster an atom is moving, the hotter it gets. Absolute zero means that the object has zero atomic movement. In other words, cold is the Flash's weakness. Cold's gun is actually the most advanced piece of cold tech in the DC universe, and has actually been noted by Mr. Freeze, the master of cryogenics. He has said many occasions that Captain Cold's gun is leagues ahead of his. Using this new powerful weapon that he has, he becomes the new supervillain known as Captain Cold, donning a polar-themed outfit to match the name. In the comics, he also had a mirage ability that he was able to use with the gun. It gave the Flash trouble many times. Later on, Captain Cold became one of the Flash's greatest villains, and actually became the leader of the Flash's rogues gallery. He has appeared in many Flash stories over the years. In a 2002 Flash comic series, his backstory was expanded on, giving us a deeper look into Snart's past. In this story, we learn that Snart and his younger sister, Lisa, who would later become Golden Glider, had an insanely abusive father that beat the hell out of them and their mother. The only good thing in their lives was their grandfather. Every time he was around, it was a great day. But when he passed away, their lives went from bad to worse. When Leonard was old enough, he left home and joined a street gang. But eventually, as always, he was captured by the Flash. He wanted nothing more than to find a way to defeat his new enemy. He eventually steals blueprints to a cold gun and has it powered by a cyclotron energy, just like last time. The New 52 in 2011 changed everything for the DC Universe, including Captain Cold. In the New 52, Snart was still Captain Cold, but no longer relied on his cold gun, thanks to an electromagnetic explosion that gave him the ability and powers that his cold gun possessed. He could generate cold and ice with his body, making him an insanely powerful villain for the Scarlet Speedster. Captain Cold has had multiple appearances outside DC Comics, such as his portrayal in the DC animated movies and his portrayal by actor Wentworth Miller in The Flash on CW.
Safe.
You're working with the Flash. I thought you hated him.
Not as much as I hate you.
So guys, tell me, are you a fan of Captain Cold? And who is your favorite member of the Flash's rogue gallery? Let me know, guys, down in the comments down below. And let me know what you guys thought about this History Of. And like always, guys, if you have any suggestions for History Of videos you'd like to see done right here on Nerds Mirais, put them down in the comments below, guys, and I will get to them as soon as I can. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this History Of Captain Cold, and I hope to see you guys here next time for our next History Of. Peace out, guys. If you liked the video you just saw, make sure you rate it with that big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you can check out all the other nerdy videos we have just like this one. Also, check out my Patreon account and become a patron if you like for access to exclusive content.